So today we start the season, of course, with a Community Shield. We're playing Arsenal, and then we've got a home game against newly promoted Norwich to play in the Premier League. So fingers crossed we can get two important wins under our belt in this episode. Of course, we've only gone forward 7 days since you were last with us. Not a lot has happened, of course. However, interestingly, let's go to squad. Warren Gravenberch has been subjected to a bid from Arsenal. Now, they did offer, I don't know if we can take a look in the transfers actually, they did offer 36 up front and 57 million with add-ons, etc. So I rejected that. He wasn't happy at all. He wanted to go to Arsenal. We kind of come to an agreement that I'll accept if they make a appropriate bid of X amount, then I'll let him go. He suggested 150 million. So I was kind of like, let's go for it. Yeah, I'm happy with that. If they'll offer 150 million for you, you can go, because I'm pretty sure they won't. So hopefully that will keep him nice and safe at the club. We've got obviously the promise there to sell him if a bid of 150 million comes in. Of course, you know what's going to happen. I'm probably going to eat my words at some point now, and a Saudi team will come in with 150 million for him, or something ridiculous like that. Hopefully not, because he will be an important part of our squad in the couple of years to come anyway. So without further ado, let's get straight into that Arsenal game, show you the lineup, and hopefully go win the Community Shield for the second time. So the team we're putting out against Arsenal, we've got Alisson in goal, we've got Conor Bradley, Gomez, Konate and Roberts in the back four. Midfield three of Gravenberch, Elliott and Bajcetic, and a front three of Doak, Jota and Nunez. So we're about to kick off, and yeah, I did try to keep the squad quite strong. I thought we could potentially do a little bit more tinkering in the Norwich game, the first game of the season, purely because of who the opponents are, really. But we've got a bit of firepower on the bench. We've got Salah on the bench. We've got Szoboszlai on the bench. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to play probably my midfield three for a while. And there's an early chance there for Saka, but yeah, apart from obviously Szoboszlai, that of course we've got to include because he's just probably our best midfielder. The midfield three of Bajcetic, Elliott and Gravenberch are sort of what we're classing as homegrown. So yeah, they could potentially be there for years to come. So we thought we'd give them a little outing together, see how we get on against Arsenal that aren't a pushover. Although we beat them, I think it was 6-0 in the end on the final game of last season. I don't really know where that come from or how that happened, but it did. So that was a nice game to play. However, start of a new season, I don't really want to. I mean, we started last season quite poorly. I think we lost 2 out of our first 3 games. So the fact that that's over there from Odegaard. The fact that we still managed to win the league last year is pretty impressive considering. I think after 5-6 games, I think we were mid-table. So maybe even a few more games, to be honest. But anyway, back to this game. We seem to be playing the better side on paper. However, everything I've seen so far of the game seems to suggest that Arsenal are absolutely dominating. And Zinchenko there's just hit the post. Bit of an onslaught from Arsenal, really. They don't seem to be able to put the ball in the net, which is good for me. However, we also don't seem to be doing much ourselves. I did say I thought we were dominating on paper, but it doesn't look like we are. Although we've had a few more shots on target, Arsenal are just about shaving possession. And they seem like they've started to grow into this game. I might have to give the boys a little bit of a dressing down at halftime. Potentially looking at substitutes pretty soon. If we can't, give me a bit of encouragement there as well. If we can't seem to get hold of this ball and start playing football, here's a chance here, potentially. Bradley now to Doak. Doak will hopefully get quite a few games this year. But I'm also... It's a hard one with Doak because I want to play him every game. However, you can't leave Mo Salah out, especially when you're chasing titles and trophies, etc. I will probably try and play Doak on the right just as much as the left. He's naturally right-footed, so Cutting in from the left would probably be quite beneficial, but Robertson now seems to be all on his own there. And yeah, it looks like Saka's now on the ball. And apparently we can't get the ball off Saka. So I think this is a goal, but it was deflected, wasn't it? Oh, there's crueler ways to go behind. I think we're going to go attacking now and look to make some of those substitutions. I think Ben Doak, we were just talking about, can go on the left. Jota through the middle, and we'll take Núñez off. I think what we'll do... I didn't put Salah on the bench. Oh, that's not good, is it? All right, let's rethink this. Who have we got? I did go a bit... I think I got a bit too excited with the youth. I think my whole bench is full of youth. So, right, let's take off Núñez. I think we'll put Curtis Jones on there. Of course, we haven't even got Szoboszlai playing, have we? I think what we'll do is put Trent in midfield, swap him with Bajcetic and swap Bajcetic with Elliott. See what that can do. Bit of encouragement. We've got the shots. We've just not really had the clear shots. I mean, Gomez there with the header, pretty awful to be honest. Let's just hope. Trent Alexander-Arnold there. Made a couple of chances since he's come on, so maybe we should have started with him. I think we'll take Doak off. I do want to keep him for the Norwich game. I'm not too worried about losing this. That's what I'm going to tell you guys anyway. Of course, we won it we were 2-0 down, I think, last year with 10 minutes to go and somehow still won it, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen this year. I think Arsenal just about to lift the trophy there. We don't want to see that, do we? Let's miss that. But it's the Community Shield. We're not going to dwell on it. We're going to get straight into that Norwich game now, and hopefully I'd like a nice morale and confidence boosting win with a couple of those young players. So I'll show you the lineup and then we'll just get straight into that game. So we're straight into that lineup for the Norwich game, the first game of the season. We've got Alisson in goal. We've got newly appointed captain Alexander-Arnold, Pennington, Gomez and Robertson, the back four. Midfield three of Bajcetic, Elliott and Szoboszlai, and then we've got a front three of Salah, who's back in the team, Ben Doak and Diogo Jota up front. So I've gone probably slightly stronger than I would have liked to start with. I am very conscious about getting that first win under our belt though. I have, however, got quite a bit of talent in youth terms anyway on the bench, and hopefully will... there's an early chance there. Pennington to Jota, and that's blocked. Hopefully we'll be comfortably winning by the time the second half comes, and I can bring a couple of them on, maybe a few more. But we've got to get that goal first, so let's not jinx it. Looks like we're playing a ball around quite nicely. Pennington, I probably will be trying to start more than not. Of course, we've got Konate and Gomez as our first choice. And there's a lovely ball by Alexander-Arnold there. Jota gets the first goal of the season. We preferred him to Núñez, and it paid off 5 minutes into the game. So just the start we wanted, 1-0 up already. And what was I saying? Pennington, that's the guy. Gomez and Konate are our starting centre-backs. However, I will like to play him a lot more. But I've also got to be aware of keeping Gomez happy, keeping Konate happy. And Konate's out injured at the minute, so it kind of made it a little bit easier to put Pennington into the squad and into the first team. We've got a couple of injuries. We've got Tsimikas, who's currently out injured, and we've also got Luis Diaz, who's out for, I think, between 4 weeks and 2 months. So a chance for Ben Doak to shine on that left-hand side, hopefully. And if not, may give, I think, Cade Gordon a couple of opportunities, but it looks like we're pressing for that second goal already. It would be nice to get it before half-time. Elliott now plays a nice ball to Robertson, who loses it somehow. Ben Doak now collects the ball. Back to Robertson. I was going to say, you don't lunge in like that in the box, surely. Thought that might have been a penalty there, but Ben Doak into Elliott, and that's as easy as it comes. 2-0 Liverpool. Elliott gets his first goal of the season. Hopefully he scores a few more for me this season. And as you can see, we are very much dominating this game. Norwich haven't even had a shot on target yet. I don't want to jinx it, obviously, but we've been playing quite well. Definitely gives me the chance to bring on some fresh young legs in the second half. Probably quite early, actually, at the moment. And maybe even at half-time if we score again. Hopefully we do. Alexander-Arnold now with the ball down the wing to Salah. Cuts inside, loses the ball. Second attempt. Yes. Bajcetic now with the ball. Robertson. Nice bit of build-up play. That looked like a dive, I'm not going to lie. He went flying bend out there, but we'll take that. Penalty. Hopefully confirmed by VAR any second. And then hopefully Salah to score for 3-0. Sounds easy. There we go. Penalty awarded. There's the first part done. Salah to step up. Takes his time, obviously. And there we go. 3-0. That's the perfect half, really, isn't it? Just what I was saying at the start of the game. So, looks like I can actually make those changes at half-time like I wanted to. At least we've got a better... last season we beat Man United 4-1 or something like that. First game of the season. And then we somehow decided to lose 2 away games. So, the start doesn't necessarily always mean that you're going to go on a fly and run. But Bajcetic now... that would have been a nice goal by Bajcetic. I would like I'm saying I wouldn't like to not see a goal, but I would like half time to come so I can start making these changes. And that's bounced around. Too much there to describe. I think Trent hit the post at some point there as well. We've really dominated Norwich big time. So much of a different performance than that Community Shield performance we put in against Arsenal, where we barely created anything. But Robertson now with the ball. Plays it back to Gomez, and yeah, that's sort of fizzled out there. And we're at half-time. So, look at those stats. 71% possession, 18 shots, 7 on target, 3.2 I think that was. What we're going to do then, let's have a look and see who we can bring on. I think I want to bring off Robertson, and I do want to give Callum Scanlon a few games. He's 3.5-star potential ability. I do want to try and sort of get him involved in the first team this year. So with a 3-goal cushion, we can afford to do that sort of thing. I don't really want to take off Mo Salah yet. Ben Doak's having a good game. Might take off Jota and put Kumas on through them in. I think we'll leave it like that for now. See how we start the second half. Before I make any more changes, I think we've got 2 left. So don't want to use them all at half time. Don't want to annoy too many players either, if I'm honest. But hopefully we carry on as we did the first half. But Alexander-Arnold now with the ball, plays it into Elliott. Is that another penalty? I think it is. I think VAR's going to have a look at this one. But it's a penalty, yeah. So chance for Salah to make it 4-0 and get a second goal of the game. Or Szoboszlai, apparently, and it's saved. So why Salah wasn't taking that, I do not know. Being our first choice penalty taker, I'm pretty sure he is. So very strange, but saved. Are we going to get another chance here? Pennington to Bajcetic, and that fills us out as well. Plenty of highlights though, plenty of action. Just hopefully it continues to be all down the Norwich end. Pennington seems to have had a lot of the ball this game. That's always good to see. Alexander-Arnold now whips the ball in. Looks for Ben Doak at the back post. Come to Scanlon. That's another penalty. This is getting ridiculous. Surely after conceding the first and then the second, you want to stop lunging in. But this is our 3rd penalty of the game. It looks like Salah's back on them. I think that's Ben Doak. No, it's Alexander-Arnold. And he doesn't make a mistake. Puts it into that left-hand corner. Trent with his first goal of the season. We're 4-0 out. 3rd penalty down. I'm struggling to keep up here, if I'm honest. At least Norwich have had one shot, so that's not too bad. Let's look at the subs now. I think we're going to probably look at bringing on too many choices. I think we're going to keep Ben Doak on, but I'm going to swap him over to the right there. Take Salah off. Bring on Carvalho there. I also think I'm going to take off Soberslay. He's had a poor game, 6.1 rating. Considering we're 4-0 up and the team seem to be thriving, Soberslay's had a poor game, but I suppose that penalty miss probably contributes to that ever so slightly. I didn't know if that went in there. I couldn't really see from this angle, but Norwich have had their second shot of the game. Didn't like worrying us at all, though. But this, do you know what? I couldn't have asked probably for a better performance as a first game. I mean, we nearly had XG of over 5 and shots nearly coming up to 30 now. So, I mean, yeah, this is a complete walkover. I just would like to keep that clean sheet now. So, let's hope this is a miss. Nunes now with the ball. I mean, fires it across the other side of the goal, and yeah, that wasn't troubling the keeper at all. Impressive stats though. I'll give it to us. So I was going to say, it looks like we're about to finish 4-0. It looks like we might have one more chance potentially to make it 5-0, and then we'll have a quick look at the schedule and see when we're going to roughly come back. Ben Doak now with the ball. Nice little chip into Kumas there, gets rid of it. Back to Alexander-Arnold now. Kumas has had a quiet game since he come on at half-time. Carvalho to Jones, gets blocked. Bajcetic still keeps the ball. And that was unlucky. Bajcetic could have had a couple of good goals this game, but apparently not. It finishes 4-0, and I mean, tell me if you see a more dominant performance than that, but yeah, we never looked in trouble from the first minute, really, so good stuff. Anyway, let's take a look at the schedule. Yeah, just something to note there as well. Ben Doak did get man of the match. That was quite good to see in his first game of the season. Let's take a quick look. We usually come back around the Carabao Cup third round, and I think I may do the same. I think we might play... Well, yeah, I think actually we will play the Carabao Cup third round, and then we'll play the Leeds game, because Leeds beat us twice last season. They beat us home and away. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, they beat us 1-0 home and away. So we'll play that Carabao Cup game, whoever that may be against, and then we'll come back for the Leeds game and try and avenge those 2 defeats we had last year. So thanks for watching this episode, guys, and join me in the next one.